Welcome to the 50th episode of No Man's Land with me, Farm Sim Snowy. That can go there. Finished hoovering out the tractor. Oh, hello everybody. Good morning, and it is a beautiful morning here on No Man's Land. So, a few things I've done or did since the last episode. Had to sell some eggs and wool last night. Rode the horses. I had a bit of trouble with, let's go here and check the wool and egg prices. Could not sell the wool at the TARDIS selling station because that was the best price last night before we went to sleep. I just could not get the trigger to come up, so I just gave up with that and went and sold it at the spinnery last night. The price has gone down quite a lot at Spinnery since then. The eggs I sold at the bakery last night. Woke up this morning, we needed to get rid of some more eggs and wool. Eggs, fantastic price there at the TARDIS. Again, it was really finicky and I was going up and down the trailer, and I caught the wheel on the TARDIS, probably woke the doctor up, so he's probably not impressed, and it almost sort of tipped the trailer slightly on an angle and the trigger come up. So I instantly hit the sell button whilst the trailer was sort of on the angle, and we got rid of those and made about, I think it was about 68,000 on them. Let's just double check. That comes under harvest income. Yeah, 68,439. Sold wool, 8,132, because the best price there was the vehicle shop. It is still going up, but I needed to get rid of the wool because it is building up over there. Got another full trailer load, which I've just backed down the side of our old bale shed there, because we'll wait for the price to go a little bit better. But there's tons to do today. We're not going to get it all done. I made some more TMR on our TMR maker. You know what I mean, our silo mixer thing. So we've now got 254,337 litres of TMR. But what I did, actually, I didn't touch the TMR in our silo. I made some up in our mixer and I tipped it straight into the cows. Pretty much took all of it, but I can't remember what it was, but there was a bit left in the trailer, so I tipped that in the silo. So that's how much TMR we've got in our silo. We've got 641,000 litres of silage and plenty of hay and straw, so we're good to go for that. So our silage that is over here, which is hopefully 100% fermented. Yes, it is. Brilliant. That can be all sold off. I'm not worried about that. We'll sell that at the BGA. Might be this episode, I don't know. Like I say, there's a lot to do. This field over here, I'd like to extend out, like I said, out to the greenhouses. Oh, talking of the greenhouses, I think they will probably need topping up with manure and water. Our grass field here is all nicely growing. That looks ready to mow if we want to, and we've got soybeans over there ready to harvest as well. And also I'd like to get something planted in here. I'll probably get a worker going on there, so that's not an issue. In fact, I think we'll do that straight away. So as you can see, it is all systems go. Plenty to do. Where is Oh, we put that in there, didn't we? This fella now lives in there. So the question is, actually, what are we going to grow over here? We had corn in there before, so let's try and do something different. Obviously, if we grab the... Let's just double check. If we grab that John Deere, that's only a planter, isn't it? So, we're going to do corn. We're not doing corn. Sunflowers. I don't really want to do sunflowers. We didn't do them that long ago. Soybeans. We've got 2 fields of soybeans. Well, forget about that. We'll have to use the Great Plains. I think we will grow... Prices are all got red arrows on, haven't they? That is shocking. What about if we do a big field of canola? We haven't done canola for a while. Oh, actually, that field there was canola, wasn't it? Hey ho though, let's do canola. Yeah, because we're not any desperate need for... Tell you what, we don't even need that fella then, do we? Let's grab this. And we'll grab the Great Plains, we'll get that going. It's always a bit of a dilemma, isn't it, what to grow? Or is it just me? I always sort of do have a look at the prices, but I mean that doesn't mean anything really, does it? Because that is all subject to change. As soon as you harvest it, it could have changed quite a bit. I'll top this back up. There we go, too far away. Actually, that's pretty good that we're not going to make that, are we? Pretty good that we've freed up the class tractor, because we can use that for extending that field, because like I say, I'd like to get that done this episode. And that shouldn't take long because it's not a huge extension. So what we'll do is we'll head over to that field. We'll get this worker going. I also last night, before we went to sleep, I fertilised the grass field because that needed its second stage, and also the soybean field to our right, which is actually growing at slightly different stages. So eventually that will sort itself out and catch up. Obviously we'll wait till it is all fully ready to harvest all of it. But yeah, plenty to do. Not enough time to do it. Right, let's turn this over to canola while we're driving over there. Like so. I think... Oh, I was going to start them in that corner. Let's start them over here. Let's unfold this ready. This doesn't take as long to fold out as the JD one. And we'll get them overlapped slightly so that they don't miss that corner. Turn that on, I'll lower that down. Off we go. Let's get them off and running. Jump out of the way. Right. Let's just double check that is happening. Cool. I'm going to run over. We'll grab the Zirion and I think we'll start extending that field. And then we'll move on to the soybeans, I think. Harvest them. See how much we get off of that field. Right. Let's grab the plough. Still got that random bag of seed. But it doesn't seem to be able to go in our seeders and planters from the ground like that. It's a little bit tricky. We will use it up eventually. Right, so how are we going to do this? I was even thinking of having another little separate field instead of joining this all up, but I just don't think that's going to be a very big field at all over there, so we'll stick to the original plan. We'll make sure we've got allow create fields on. I don't want to go too close to the track because sometimes as we're whizzing round this corner we tend to, or I tend to drift out a bit, and obviously I don't want to be damaging the crops. So if we go something like that, coming round like that, that's good. Keep a little bit of a gap there. And then we'll just go sort of behind the greenhouse. We're not gonna again get too close if I can help it. Just gives us a bit of room then if we need to get round with like the wheel loader, and the same with the horse pen here. This bit we can go fairly close to the edge, something like that. Yeah, we happy with that? I don't know, are we? I think that's alright. It just gives us that little bit extra, doesn't it? That's all. Let's try and get a little bit straighter there. Right. That's the only trouble with this Zirion, where it's articulated, it's a bit, I'm not happy with that. Right, let's try that. Oh my goodness, that didn't work. That didn't go how I wanted it to. Let's try and meet up with that corner. Right. Probably going to tidy up that edge a bit better. That looks awful. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? It's just where it went a bit wobbly there, but maybe we can do something with it. That's it, come on, nice and gentle. Just a little bit more. That is good. Happy with that. Join all this up now. Right, that is that done. Obviously that needs liming, but I'm not too worried about doing that at the minute. Is that bit alright there? Yeah, that's okay. Not too fussed about that. So that's that done. I've no idea how our worker's getting on. Actually looking pretty good. But I'll double check all that after they finished, because they always tend to miss a little bit. But if we put this back, we'll grab one of the harvesters, I think. And we'll have a little go with the soybeans. So, which one shall we use? I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? That is the newer one, isn't it? Let's use this fella. And we'll grab the header that's in the barn. Oh, that's just smack the pipe. There we go. And let's go and start over here. And the good thing is we can actually drive over our grass and not damage it, so. Now this is obviously going to take quite a while. But it's going to be interesting to see how much we get off of the field. And of course, how much we make. We all know soybeans is a good earner. But once we have it all harvested, we'll check the prices. We'll have a quick look now and then see if there is any difference. So let's unfold that. Unfold the harvester. Right, soybeans. Pretty good price at the bakery, 1761. So that is where we will head if all stays the same. It was already unfolded, wasn't it? The steps are out. See, I don't think I could trust a worker on this field. Although this bit is fairly straight. Obviously they would carry on straight, but it's at the other end what they do then. I mean, they're not going to be able to go in and damage our soybeans in the other field because they're not fully grown. And I guess in a way it wouldn't have mattered really, because it's soybeans again. Anyway, I'll shut up waffling and we'll get this done. We are almost done. We've just got this last little strip left to do. Took a bit longer than I was expecting actually. I know it's a big field. Our worker has finished planting the canola over in the other field. So it's all been happening. Things have been getting done. We'll tip this into the truck and see how much we've ended up with off of this field. Also check the prices. I am quite tempted to keep hold of the soybeans though until that field in front of us is ready to be harvested, and then see how much we get in total and wait for a very good price. But like I say, we'll have a look in a second. So let's pipe out. Huge long pipe on this harvester. It's very handy though. Oh come on, I'm right over that. Right. We'll leave the harvester there. That is fine. Is that finished or? Come on, it's being temperamental now, isn't it? Right, we'll just let it unload. I think that with this pipe, you've got to be slightly off center. It's no good getting the truck right underneath the harvester, because it doesn't seem to like it. So we've ended up with 66,281 soybeans. Not too bad. Pretty good. So yeah, like I said earlier, that is a pretty good price at the bakery. So we may actually sell now, you know. Because if that goes down, I'll probably cry. I won't be happy. What, oh, I was wondering what that chunk out of our field was there, but that's obviously where we ploughed it earlier. Right, let's head over to the bakery. We'll sell these, because we're obviously still a little way off from harvesting the other soybean field. So that could all change by the time we're ready to do that. Then I think we will lime that field, our new field extension, and that is ready to go. Possibly I might lime the whole field actually, and then that's done. Quite pleased with how this area's turned out. It's looking a little bit better, isn't it? In fact, it is the 50th episode of this series, which is madness. To think how far we've come in the last 49, 50 episodes. Right from the beginning, when I was using my headset and sounded probably awful. But look how far we've come. We've got this huge area, our little industrial, well, contradicted myself there, didn't I? Huge area, a little industrial estate. It's quite big. We've got a few sale points in there. Anyway, let's get these sold off. Hopefully get a nice payday today for these. Oh, lovely. 116,721 euros. That is very nice. Yeah, so 50 episodes. I mean, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time on here. I'm really going to miss this series when I swap over to FS22. I really hope there's going to be a similar sort of map to this, because I think that would be great if there is. It's just, I don't know, I think it's where you're given a bit of freedom on this map. I know my good buddy Farmer Cop, he loves his series on there, and I think he's going to miss his as well, and he said the same really. It's just such a great map where you can just sort of do what you want. You can, you know, turn your farm into whatever you like. Your map's going to be unique to you, no one else is going to have it. I just think it's fantastic. Right, what am I doing? I'm just waffling on and not even concentrating. What we could do with really is that tractor that is over by the other field. I think we'll grab the Fendt. Ah, that was what I was meant to say to you actually. Last episode, at the end of last episode, when we said our goodbyes, I did buy that again, and I used it on the silage. It did work, it didn't go mad, we didn't have any weird goings on. So I put it back in here, and everything so far is okay. So I don't know what that was all about, but obviously we will monitor the situation as time goes on. But we'll grab this little spreader here. Thinking of getting rid of this one actually, and maybe getting another smaller one, same sort of capacity. I mean smaller as in smaller compared to that huge one we've got in the shed there, just because this is a bit more manageable on our smaller fields. But saying that, if we keep extending them, they're just going to get bigger and bigger, aren't they? And not only that, I'm pretty sure, I was checking earlier when I come on here, that the slot count on this little fella we've got, I'm pretty sure it's 31 slots. Yeah, 31 slots. So I know we're only at 815, but obviously we're not as built up as what I'd like to be, so I'm just getting a bit wary of the slot count at the minute. Right, I'm going to do all of this field, I think. I think we'll just go straight like that. Oh no, I know. I think our greenhouses have run out of water and manure. They are looking worse for wear. Right. Let's leave that there. Oh no. Can't believe we've let them go like that. What has happened? Look at the lemons. Look at the tomatoes. Oh man, right. We need to get that sorted, otherwise that affects our income. So let's grab the water trailer. Let's top that up. I can't remember how much they take. And the little old Fent is struggling with this. Oh, yeah, it's a bit too heavy for this tractor, I think. Come on, girl, you can do it. The manure will swap over to the wheel loader. I think that wheel loader actually, we probably could have done... Whoa, yeah, look at the brakes on that. There we go, look. We brought life into the tomatoes again. Let's do the same with the lemons. Probably had enough in there actually without topping it up. Right, let's back that in there. Definitely too heavy for the little tractor. Alright, pop that down there. I'm also thinking about getting rid of this little shed because obviously originally that was meant for the bells that mysteriously disappeared, but it kind of, it's not quite, I don't know, actually it's not too bad. I suppose the bucket's sticking out a bit, but the trouble is if we go for something else, what we're going to get that's going to fit in there. So let's grab some manure. And it's also about, you know, are we going to be able to place something in that same spot? I'll have a little think about that. Well, now we're smashing the I'll just tip that all inside. No. It's a bit fiddly, that trigger. Right, so we definitely need to fill that up again. And then the greenhouses should be good to go for a while. I'm not sure how many game days that lasts for. I think it probably was around 2. Right. Just the tomatoes and then we can get back to our liming. That has got a tow hitch on it, hasn't it? Yeah. Could have possibly towed the water trailer with this. Oh no. I didn't want to do that. Alright, that is full up. Let's scoop that back up. I don't want that left on the floor. Right, we'll tip that back in the manure pit. I'll probably leave this out because the pigs are going to need a bit of a tidy up. Spilling all their food. I expect the cows will be the same as well. Right. Let's just pop that down there. Back in the fence. Do a little bit of liming. Right, off we go again. We've definitely got some weird shaped fields now, haven't we? Still, we're going to get some good amount of crops off of it and some good money, hopefully. Then we've got our silage to sell off. Obviously that isn't going to happen this episode now, so hopefully next episode if we get that done, and then we can should get that done before midnight, and then we'll get paid for that. So that's going to be a nice little bit of income as well, and then we should be able to sell the digestate straight away over in the slurry yard. Hopefully get a good price for that. So there's plenty of money to be earned in the next few episodes. Not that we're desperate for it. And that's also the other thing that we've progressed really well in, is our money situation. Obviously when I started this we was in new farmer mode. We had 100,000 euros in the bank, which sounds a lot, but it didn't go very far to start with. Still got the old Fendt which we're using now. That was one of our, I think that is actually, apart from the pickup, the only surviving starting piece of equipment that we have got. The pickup and the Fendt. I mean the pickup doesn't get used that often, but it's pretty handy to whiz down to the shop in if we're selling some eggs or wool or anything like that. It's the quicker option out of all of our vehicles. So we're almost done here. Yeah, you can just sort of see on that field. Oh, I didn't want to be doing that. I've gone into that field a bit. It doesn't matter with the line. You can just still see the different growth stage on that field. I think where it's such a huge field, it was starting to grow while we were still finishing planting, obviously. So we've got another empty field over there, which can have a new crop in it as well some point. We could possibly create a few smaller little fields on this series, but I just kind of feel like it's sort of a big field map now we're turning into. Obviously working the fields when they're bigger like this, it takes a lot more time for myself. This episode has been created over 2 evenings, so that gives you an idea of some of the work that goes into setting things up and getting everything ready. Hopefully that should all be limed. That has been fertilised because we ploughed under the grass, so that's pretty good. But I think we will probably leave it there for this episode, because we've got quite a bit done. Time is ticking on. I was just checking the counter then. I don't know if you heard the noise then, but it's a bit annoying on the PS5 update now. You used to always have the counter telling you what the time was on the recording, and after about 3 or 5 seconds now it disappears, so I've no idea now what sort of time we're at recording wise as it counts up. So I was just pressing the button then to check if it comes up with that horrible noise. So I don't know if you did hear that, but that was what that was. But anyway, I think we'll leave it there for this episode. Let's turn the Fendt off. I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.